Nililive ko, nililive. Naka-open nga eh. Palitan ko na lang yung mic. Palitan ko yung mic. Pag-sub, iyan. 5 and 14 left here in the first. We have a mandatory substitution. Back to live action with 5 and 13 left here in the first. At this juncture, we would like to thank our league sponsors, Ultra Security and Investigation Agency. Your security is our priority. Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Shoot 360 Basketball, unlock your game. Nike Park Access and AutoGuard Premium Car Care products. Felmaniao will score on that floater. Meanwhile, Jack Chia taking it back with a jumper. Ateneo teammates in this Antonio's Poliform lineup, Jack Chia and Enrico Villanueva donning the Antonio's Poliform Reds as ELD knocks down a jumper. That will give Petwan Seva a 12-6 advantage. Here is Yu Chua to Dexter Lee. Back to hands. Jack Chia with a crossover. Ball took out from him by Cons Ong, who completes the steal. Cons on the run. Ball tap from behind by RC Kue. But the ball will stay with Petwan Seva. Still ahead by 6. 4:07 left here in the opening frame. Mark Ho. Baseline inbound. To Cons Ong. Now ball at the hands of Neil D. Felmon Yao, defended by Dexter Lee. Cons Ong on the attack. Oh, miscommunication there with Caleb Tiglao. Ball possession going back to Antonio's Poliform. Here's hands, Yu Chua. Giving it up to Jack Chia. Dexter Lee near the corner. Back to Chia. To hands, Yu Chua getting it. RT Kue screen. Hands spins. Dexter Lee, 4-3, jackpot! 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 12-9 count in still favor of Petwan Seva. Felmon Yao, defended by Alexander Tan. Neil D down the post. Back to Yao. To D with a mid-range J. In and out. Rebound. Taken here by Alexander Tan. Hands it over to Dexter Lee. Ball deflected by Mark Ngo, getting the steal. To Cons Ong against Kue. Ong spins and a holding foul downstairs will be called against Alexander Tan, and that will be his second. Kuya Ilang. Mark Ngo. Oh, ball stolen away by Hans Yu Chua. 1-on-1 on the other end against Cons Ong, and an offensive foul will be called against Hans Yu Chua. Ball going back here to Petwan Seva, ahead by 3. Ngo finding Cons Ong. Back to Ngo. Double team. Now to Neil D. Powers his way to the rim. Neil will miss. Rebound taken here by Hans Yu Chua. 3-on-5 on the other end. Chia to Tan. Lee fires a 3. He will miss. Rebound by Caleb Tiglao. Hands it over to Neil D. To Phil Monyao. Couldn't fire. Passes it off. Neil D. Jumper. Too strong. Rebound by RC Kue. Hanshu Chua with the leather. Defended by Mark Ngo. Kue against Tiglao. Hanshu Chua with a pickup. Jack Chia. Crossover. Drive down the shaded lane. Chia is fouled. The foul will be called against Neil D. Foul number 1 against Neil D. as former Stallion Cup Finals MVP from Season 7, Jack Chia. Heads to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Knocks down the first. 12-10 advantage for Petwan Seva as Chia misses on the second. A minute and 45 left here in the first. Consong with the ball. Finding Philmon Yao with a jumper. Philmon misses. Rebound by Caleb Tiglao for the try. Oh, the glass is gone. 14-10 lead for Petwan Seva. Hands Chua with the ball. Entry to RC Kue. Mid-range J falls in. First 2 points of the ball game for RC Kue. Cutting down Petwan Seva's lead to 2. Cons on with a crossover. Zip through move. Cons is fouled. Foul called against number 1, RC Kue. Oh, Alexander Tan rather will be called for the personal foul. Already in early foul trouble. Alexander Tan has 3 now. Consong first free throw falls in. 3-point advantage for Petwan Seva. Second free throw for Cons. That one bounces. Marco picks the pocket of Jack Chia. Here comes Philmon Yao with under a minute left here in the first. Yao launches a 3. Too strong. Rebound picked up by Jack Chia. Being hounded by Mark Ngo. Going to blindside him was Consong Lee to Chia. Powers his way to the rim. Chia with the basket. Just a 1-point lead for Petwan Seva. 5 points now in the ball game for Jack Chia. Here comes Consong with the ball. Defended by Hanshu Chua. Entry pass to Neil D. Philmon Yao for 3. Jackpot! Wow! Another 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 18-14 count in favor of Petwan Seva. Hanshu Chua with the ball. 5 seconds left here in the first. Jack Chia. He fires a 3. That is offline. And at the end of the first, it's an 18-14 advantage for Petwan Seva over Antonio's Poliform. The second quarter of this ball game when we come back. Second quarter of this ball game between Petwan Seva and Antonio's Poliform. Back on the floor is Chong as well as Kenty. 4-point advantage for Petwan Seva. T for 3. No good. Rebound secured by Marky Mercado. Defended by Ken Chong. Marky at the free throw line. To Rico Villanueva. Lefty layup. He will miss. Rebound secured by Tim Koo. Ball at the hands of Chong. Behind the back dribble. And a blocking foul will be called against Marky Mercado. Foul number 2 against Marky. Sideline inbound play for the white shirts. Chong to D. Defended by Brent Chu. Ball at the hands of Chong. He fires a 3. Goes in and out. Tim Koo with the rebound. Ball stolen away from him though by Brent Chu. Here comes Antonio's Poliform on the attack. Chu spins middle. What a fake. Chu will score. Got that defense flying as Brent Chu scores his first 2 points of the ballgame. 18-16 count though in favor of Petwan Seva. Sideline inbound play for the white shirts. Ken T finds Cheong down the shaded lane. Ken Chong lays it in. No good. Rebound secured by Rico Villanueva. Dexter Lee finding Rico from the middle. Lays it in. No good. Rebound by Tim Koo. Fires a pass to Chong against Mercado. Chong, errant pass, stolen away by Alexander Tan. He gives it up to Marky Mercado. Stutter steps behind the back dribble, gets a foul, and the basket. 3-point play opportunity for Marky Mercado, brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Foul will be called against Nathan Lee. Timeout requested by Petwan Seva. This timeout is brought to you by Nike Park Access. We will be back. So line, shooting the bonus is Marky Mercado with 8 and 19 left here in the second. Marky misses on the bonus charity. Tied ball game at 18. Tim Koo bounce a pass to Chong. Ken T open 3. No good. Tim Koo with a rebound. Putback try short. Ball at the hands of Marky Mercado. Game still tied at 18. Mercado with a bounce pass to Rico Villanueva down the post. So Rico stretches. Rico will score. 2-point advantage for Antonio's Poliform. 6 points now in the contest for Rico Villanueva. Lau to D. Back to Lau. Corner 3. Partially deflected. Tim Koo is there for the putback. We are tied this time at 20. With 7 and 30 left here in the second. Marky Mercado, we're waiting for him to pick up that leather. And he does. Defended by Ken Cheong. Switching over is Fergus Lau. Villanueva, the sidestep over to. Shot won't work. Rebound by Nathan D. Forward to Ken Chong with Mercado in front of him. Nathan D against Lee. To Chong. Ken T. Bothered by Alexander Tan. To the post we go. Nathan D. Ball deflected. Stolen away by Marky Mercado. Here comes Antonio's Poliform on the attack. Mercado. Sidestep. Mercado misses. Rebound by Ken T. 6 minutes and 45 remaining here in the second. Ken T. To Chong. Bothered by Dexter Lee. To Fergus Lau. Ken T. for 3. Back rims that one. Rebound secured by Dexter Lee. Handing it over to Enrico Villanueva. Ew! An unsportsmanlike foul will be called against Fergus Lau. And our referees signaled an unsportsmanlike foul against Ferguslao. That means 2 foul shots. And possession arrow will be awarded to Antonio's Poliform as Enrico misses on the first. Score remains 20-20. Second free throw for Villanueva is also a miss. 6 minutes and 27 left here in the second. Timeout requested by Antonio's Poliform. This timeout brought to us by Nike Park Access. We will be back. Sideline inbound play for Antonio's Poliform. Marky Mercado. Alexander Tan defended by Chong to the post. Enrico Villanueva, ball stolen away. Again, Chong, but a counter steal there by Brent Yu, and a 24-second shot clock violation will be called against Antonio's Poliform. 6 and 13 left here in the second. Ball possession going back to Petuan and Seva. Here comes Chong with the leather. Ferguslao against Dexter Lee. To the entry pass to Nathan Dito, a cutting. Ken T, oh, he will be fouled. Ken Chong rather will be fouled. Brent Yu called for the personal foul. That will send Ken Chong to the stripe to shoot a pair. 5 and 59 left here in the second. The first free throw for Chong bounces in. 1 point advantage for Pet 1 Seva. Second free throw on its way for Chong. That is good. 22-20 advantage for Pet 1 Seva. Here comes Marky Mercado with the leather. Against Ferguslao. Dexter Lee with a post pass to Enrico Villanueva. Down the paint. And that is a turnover against Antonio's Poliform. Possession going back to Pet 1 Seva. 5 minutes and 38 remaining here in the second. Ferguslao goes cross court to Ken T. To Nathan D. Wild on that attempt from Chong, but he gets the ball back. Fresh 14 for the white shirts. Ken T jacks up a 3, in and out. Rebound by Brent Yu. The black shirts on the attack. Yu finds a gap. Yu gets fouled. Foul will be called against number 80. That is Ken Chong. 5 and 10 left here in the second. We have a mandatory substitution. 5 and 10 left here in the second. Brent Yu knocks down the first charity, cutting down Pet 1 Seva's lead to 1. So Brent, he lines up for the second foul shot. That one is short. Down to 1 is the lead of Pet 1 Seva. Here is Gons Ong with the behind the back dribble. Gain provided by Neil D. Bounce pass to Philmon Yao. Finds Ong off the sidestep. Swings a pass to Philmon Yao. Bothered by Brent Yu. Lau to D. Oh, ball falling away by Hans Yu Chua. Brent Yu with a save. Hans Yu Chua slippery on the other end. Brent Yu threads the baseline. Defended by Tiglao. Couldn't fire. Kuwe, jumper, good! 23-22 advantage for Antonio's Poliform. At this juncture, we would like to thank our league sponsors, Gold Cross Security and Investigation Agency. Your security is our priority. Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Shoot 360 basketball, unlock your game. Nike Park Access, and AutoGuard Premium Car Care products. Hans Chua with a crossover. Bounce pass to Jack Chia. Spins middle. Chia is fouled. The foul will be called against number 6. That is Mark Ngo. And that will be his first. At the line to shoot a pair. Former Ateneo Blue Eagle, Jack Chia. The first free throw for Jack is no good. Score stays at 23-22, still in favor of Antonio's Poliform. Second free throw for Jack falls in. 2-point advantage for the boys in black. Here comes Gons Ong with the ball. Defended by Dexter Lee. Screen provided by Neil D. To Mark Ngo. To Philmon Yao. Entry pass. Mark Ngo. Corner 3. Goes over the backboard. Ball possession going back to Antonio's Poliform. 3:45 left here in the second. Hans Yu Chua. Defended by Gons Ong. Kuwe. Provide the screen. Lee for 3. No good. Rebound by Mark Ngo. Forward to Philmon Yao. Defended by Hans Yu Chua. Philmon backing down his defender. Mark Ngo. Jumper. Offline. Neil D with a rebound. Pull back try. It's no good. Jack Chia secures the leather. Antonio's Poliform on the attack. Chia to a cutting Hans Yu Chua. Off a fake. Hans Yu Chua will score. 4-point advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Errant pass to Neil D. Ball possession. Going back to Antonio's Poliform. Less than 3 minutes left here in the first half. Dexter Lee finds Bene Coyuto to Kuwe. Lee to Coyuto near the free throw line. Jack Chia fires a 3. That is short. Rebound by Caleb Tiglao. 2:38 left here in the second. Ong against Hans Yu Chua with a stretch. Gons Ong will score plus the foul. 3-point play opportunity for Gons Ong, brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Foul is whistled against Jack Chia. That will be his first. At the line, shooting the bonus is Gons Ong. He completes the 3-point play opportunity. Antonio's Poliform lead down to just 1. Kuwe with a jumper that rattles out. Rebound by Dexter Lee. Oh, he got fouled. The foul will be called against a white shirt. Baseline inbound for the black shirts. Bene Coyuto lays it in. 28 to 25 lead for Antonio's Poliform. 2 minutes left here in the second. Here comes Cons Ong. Defended by Dexter Lee. To Neil D near the free throw line. Guarded by RC Kue. D spins. The jumper is no good. Rebound by Jack Chia. Forward to Hans Yu Chua. Pinoy step. Hans Yu Chua with a basket. Ow! 5-point advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Mark Ngo to Neil D, and a traveling violation will be called against Neil D. Ball possession going back to Antonio's Poliform. Here is Benny Coyuto. Dexter Lee fires a three, too strong. Rebound by Philman Yao. Locates Cons Ong on the attack. Philman, corner three, no good. And a loose ball foul will be called against a black shirt. Foul will be whistled against Benny Coyuto. Baseline inbound play for Pet 1. Seva. Neil D powers his way to the rim. Neil D will score. Antonio's Poliform's lead down to 3. Here is Hans Yu Chua with the ball. Defended by Cons Ong. To Coyuto. Screen by RC Kue. Coyuto, drop pass. Dexter Lee, corner J, overcooks that one. Rebound by Philmon Yao with 43 seconds left here in the second frame. Philmon spins. Finds Neil D. Defended by Dexter Lee. Ball at the hands of Mark Mo. And that is a Pet 1 Seva turnover. Ball possession going back to Antonio's Poliform. Here is Hans Yu Chua. The top of the key. Defended by Mark Ngo. Screen by Benny Coyuto. Check Chia. With the leather. Kue, elbow J, short. Rebound by Neil D. Forward to Cons Ong. Deflected by Jack Chia. Ball stays with Pet 1 Seva. 10.3 seconds left here in the first half. Ong to Philmon Yao. Back to Cons Ong. Driving down the shaded lane. He got fouled. Foul will be called against Jack Chia, and that will be his second. Baseline inbound play for Pet 1 Seva. 6.2 seconds left here in the first half. Yao to Ong. Launches a jumper. That is no good. And at the half, it's a 30 to 27 lead for Antonio's Poliform over Pet 1 Seva. The second half of this ball game when we come back. We welcome you to the second half of this ball game, the opening night of Season 8 of the Stallion Cup, presented by Gold Cross Security and Investigation Agency. Coming to you live from the AYSN Sports Center here in N. Domingo in San Juan. This is Jonas Reyes, your live play-by-play anchor only for the Stallion Cup. Second half of this battle between Antonio's Poliform and Pet1 Seva. 3-point lead for Antonio's Poliform at the end of the first half. Turnover there against the Black Shirts. Ball possession going back to Pet1 Seva. Scoring is distributed between these two squads. Fergus Lau leading Pet1 Seva with 6 points, followed by Felmon Yao with 5 and Neil D with 4. Meanwhile, on the other end, the tandem of Jack Chia and Enrico Villanueva combining for 12 points at the end of the first half, backstopped by RC Kue, who finished with 4. As a foul will be called against RC Kue. Heading to the free throw line to shoot a pair is Tim Koo. The first foul shot for Tim, no good. Still a 30-27 advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Second free throw for Tim, also a miss. Score remains at 30-27. Mercado at the top of the key. Finds Kue to Brent Q. To the post we go. Villanueva with that familiar spin. Post play leads to 2 points for Enrico Villanueva. 32-27 advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Ong to Ken T. Back to Cons Ong. Spinning. Wayward pass. That is a Pet1 Seva turnover. Ball possession going the way of Antonio's Poliform as Neil D enters the ball game. He replaces Nathan D. Mercado to the post. Enrico Villanueva will kick out. Q. Pass fake. Draws closer. Down the shaded lane. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Neil D with the board. 8-20 mark of the third frame. Pons Ong finding Ken Chong. Off balance shot. No good. Rebound picked up by Jack Chia. Forward to Marky Mercado. Defended by Cons Ong. Brent Yu open at the corner. Here comes Jack Chia instead at the top of the key. Spots Chu. Corner 3. That is short. Rebound picked up by Neil D. Hands it over to Ken Cheong. Pet1 Seva still down by 5. Ong to T. Defended by Jack Chia. Back to Ong to the post. Neil D. Free throw line jumper. Rims out. Rebound by Enrico Villanueva. Hands it off to Brent Chu. Here comes Jack Chia with the leather at the top of the key. Marky Mercado couldn't fire. Shot clock at 8. Villanueva down the post off a fake. Overcooks that one. With a rebound, Tim Koo. Chong finds T. But Brent Yu is there to deny him entry. Back to T. Chong. Pons Ong from the middle. Pons Ong misses. RC Kue with the rebound. He finds Jack Chia. Hesitation dribble. Chia dumps a pass. Enrico Villanueva will miss. Second serving. Also a miss. Tim Koo gets called for the foul. Foul number 1 against Tim as Enrico Villanueva heads to the stripe to shoot a pair. 8 points, 3 rebounds so far for Rico Villanueva. First foul shot, that is too strong. 6:50 left here in the third as Rico lines up for the second one. Also a miss. Rebound by Tim Koo. Ball at the hands of Felman Yao. To the rim, floater by Felman. No good. And a loose ball foul will be called against Felman Yao. That will be his first of the ball game. Session going back to Antonio's Poliform. Marky Mercado finding Jack Chia. Spots up for three. No good. Rebound by Enrico Villanueva. Ball tapped out of bounds. Ball will stay with Antonio's Poliform. They are ahead by 5. Baseline inbound play for the black shirts. Chia finds Brent Q. Marky Mercado at the top of the key. Mercado with a crossover. Q. Jab step. Side step. Pump fake. Foul by Selman Yao. We heard that all the way to the ground floor. Foul number 2 against Selman Yao. Brent Q heads to the stripe to shoot a pair. 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in this ball game for Brent Q. First free throw for Brent is good. 6-point advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Second foul shot, also good for Brent. It is now a 7-point Antonio's Poliform lead. Felmon Yao with the leather. To Chiong. Back to Felmon Yao. Entry pass to Neil D. Kenty launches a 3. He will miss. Rebound blocked out by Brent Q. Here comes the black shirts on a 4-on-3. Q. Step back. Jumper. Back rips that one. Rebound by Kenty. Forward to Tim Koo. Cross court. Felmon Yao to the post. Neil D. Return pass. Yao for 3. Misses. Oh, blocked there by Rico Villanueva on Ken Chong. Shot block brought to you by Shoot 360 Basketball. Unlock your game. Meanwhile, on the other end, Jack Chia finishes the fast break. 36-27 lead for Antonio's Poliform. Felman Yao. Kenty. Oh, Felman Yao will score. Down to 7 is the lead of Antonio's Poliform. Here comes Hans Yu Chua, defended by Chiong. Trouble pass to Zek Chia. Marky Mercado to the corner. He finds Brent Yu. Mercado to Hans Yu Chua. Corner 3. That one rims out. Rebound by Tim Koo. Ball in the hands of Felmon Yao. Pet 1 Seva. Down 36-29. T to Chiong. Ball in the hands of Neil D. Back to Chong. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Short on that one-hander for Neil D. Here comes Chu on the run. Finds a gap. Chu will score! 11-point advantage for the boys in white. Meanwhile, Tim Koo with a leaner over Villanueva is no good. Here comes Marky Mercado with the leather. Couldn't pull up for 3. Waiting for friends. Hands it over to Jack Chia. To Brent Yu. Stutter step. Lefty floater. Rims out. Rebound by Tim Koo. 3 minutes and 45 left here in the third. Yao. Kenty. 4-3. Jackpot! Another 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Timeout requested by Antonio's Poliform. Timeout brought to us by Nike Park Access. We will be back. Back to live action with 3:37 left here in the third. Antonio's Poliform with a 6-point lead. Hans Yu Chua, defended by Ken T. Hans still with the leather. Looking for options. Shot clock at 9. Alexander Tan deep down the paint. Mercado off a fake. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Mercado will score. Patient offense there for Antonio's Poliform leads to a Marky Mercado basket. They are now ahead by 8. Here is Philmon Yao to Cons Ong. Lau for 3. Bang, bang! That's Philmon Yao 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state. Raw hydration. Here comes Hans Yu Chua, defended by Cons Ong. Screen provided by Alexander Tan. Mercado looking for an opening. Off-balance shot is no good. Mercado, offensive rebound. Mercado will score. That's the foul. The foul will be called. At the stripe to shoot the bonus is Marky Mercado. 3-point play opportunity brought to us by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. For the bonus for Marky is no good. 42-35 advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Here comes Yao. Handoff to Tim Koo. Here comes Cons Ong with a crossover. Defended by Mercado. Philmon Yao couldn't hang on to the leather. Ball possession going the way of Antonio's Poliform. 2:09 left here. Oh, a turnover against the black shirts. Here comes Kenty with the leather. Finds Cons Ong. Philmon Yao for 3. No good. Here comes Hans Yu Chua signaling a play for Antonio's Poliform. Hans Yu Chua's jumper, that won't work. Rebound taken down by Tim Koo. Petwan Seva down by 7. Ken T finds Philmon Yao. Ball slipped from his hands. And Hans Yu Chua got caught stepping on the sidelines. Ball possession going back to Petwan and Seva. Rico Villanueva steps back into the ball game. He replaces Jack Chia. Ong to Ken T. Fires a long 3. No good. Rebound secured by Alexander Tan. A minute and 20 left here in the third. Tan with a crossover. Gets a screen from Villanueva. Mid-range J hits all board. Rebound by Philmon Yao. Hands it over to Mark Mo. 3-on-4 on the other end. Ong. Defended by Marky Mercado. Tim Koo with the screen. Ong. No look pass. Tim Koo gets fouled. Foul whistled against RC Kue. That will be his second. As Neil D re-enters the ball game, he replaces Philmon Yao. First free throw for Tim Koo. That is good. Cutting down Antonio's Poliform's lead to 6. Second one on its way for Tim. That one is also good. 42-37 count in favor of Antonio's Poliform. Hans Yu Chua to Villanueva. Ball deflected. Nearly stolen by Mark, no? Villanueva with the save. Villanueva is fouled. The foul will be called against Tim Koo. At the line to shoot a pair is Rico Villanueva. 42.4 seconds left here in the third. First free throw for Villanueva. Again, a miss. 8 points, 7 boards in this ball game for Villanueva. Second free throw. Goes glass. That one is good. 43-37 lead for Antonio's Poliform. 9 points now in the contest for Rico Villanueva. Neil D spots Mark Ngo. D jumper, too strong. Rebound by Hans Yu Chua. 25 seconds left here in the third. Hans spins. Finds Alexander Tan. Dexter Lee cutting. Rico Villanueva from the middle. Shot no work. And that is an errant pass, ball possession. Going back to Antonio's Poliform. 14.4 seconds left here in third. Jack Chia back on the floor together with Marky Mercado. They replace Alexander Tan and Kulang. Sakto. Dexter Lee rather. Here comes Marky Mercado holding on to the leather. 7 seconds left here in the third. Chia back to Mercado. Left all day for 3. No good. Rebound by Tim Go. And at the end of the third, it's a 43-37 advantage for Antonio's Poliform over Petwan Seva. The final period of this ball game when we come back. We welcome you to the fourth quarter of this championship ball game, of this main game rather, between Petwan Seva and Antonio's Poliform. Opening night of Stallion Cup Season 8 presented by Gold Cross Security and Investigation Agency. We start off the final frame with Antonio's Poliform ahead by 6 over Petwan Seva. Jack Chia will be called for the offensive foul. Foul number 3 against Chia. Sideline inbound play for Petwan Seva. Checking back into the ball game is RC Cue. He replaces Marky Mercado. Mark Ngo, defended by Hans Yu Chua. To Phil Munyao, back to Ngo. Pons Ong with the leather. Spots up for the jumper. Too strong. Tim Koo with the rebound. Goes for the reverse. Tim will miss. Bounce pass. Phil Munyao. Floater. He gets fouled. And hanging on to his shoulder. The foul will be called against Hans Yu Chua. That will be his second. Phil Munyao is up on his feet. He will be taking 2 free throws. 43-37 is our count. 10 points, 3 rebounds in this ball game for Philman Yao. 9 minutes and 20 left here in the final frame. First free throw for Philman. That is good. 43-38 lead for Antonio's Poliform. 2 for 2 on the trip for Philman Yao. Brent Chu, Jack Chia, Arce Kue, jumper falls in. First 2 points of the final frame for Antonio's Poliform, courtesy of Arce Kue. Here is Pons Ong with the ball. Neil D provides a screen. Ong behind the back pass. Neil D hook shot short. Tim Koo with the reverse. That one falls in. 6 points in the contest for Tim Koo. The basket will cut down Antonio's Poliform's lead to 4. 2. Hands Chua against Mark Ngo. Hand spins. Arsikue with a screen. Jack Chia fires a long 3. Jackpot! Another 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 7-point advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Here comes Cons Ong. Finds Thelman Yao against Q. Overcooked that shot. Rebound secured by Mark Ngo, giving Petwan Seva a fresh 14. Yao for 3. Bang, bang! Another Thelman Yao 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. On the other end, Hands Chua to Arsikue. Back to Chia. Enrico Villanueva sprays. Brent Yu spins. Shot clock down to 7. Hands Chua. Oh! Pass too strong from Arsikue. Ball possession. Going back to Petwan Seva. Chico Jose. That's it here. Thelman Yao to Chong. Back to Cons Ong. Off the jab step. Cons will lose control of the leather. Brent Yu now steps on the gas. Chu dumps a pass. Hands Chua couldn't finish. Rebound by Cons Ong. 3-on-2 on the other end. Ong lays it in. No good. Loose ball. Yao for 3. Jackpot! Another 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Antonio's Poliform's lead down to 1. They call a timeout with 7:08 left here in the fourth. Timeout brought to you by Nike Park Access. We will be back. Back to live action with the 7-minute mark of the fourth period. Kue jumper is good. Instant offense from the timeout for Antonio's Poliform. RC Kue with 8 points now in the ballgame. Cons Ong backing down his defender. Ong attacks, drop pass, Chong. The floater is good. 6 points in the contest for Ken Chong. Lead down to 1 for Antonio's Poliform. Here is Marky Mercado. Finds Chia to RC Kue. Brent Yu open for 3. Rims out. Rebound by Cons Ong. Petwan Seva with a chance. Ong spins to Chong. Yao, another 3. Bang, bang! Ow! Another 3-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 21 in the ball game for Thelman Yao. Petwan Seva now in the driver's seat. Q. Post pass. Enrico Villanueva down the shaded lane. Chia for 3. Jackpot! A counter by Jack Chia. A 3-pointer brought to us by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 53-52 lead for Antonio's Poliform. Ong to D to Chong. Tim Koo to a cutting Neil D. Ball deflected by Jack Chia. 5 seconds left on that Petwan Seva shot clock. Ken T back on the floor. He replaces Cons Ong. 5 seconds to work with for the boys in white. Tim Koo bounce pass to Ken T. Thelman Yao to T. 4-3. That one is no good. And a 24-second shot clock violation against Petwan Seva. One-point advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Here is Marky Mercado to Brent Chu. Post pass to Rico Villanueva. Automatic double team. Q off balance shot is good! How? 55 to 52 advantage for Antonio's Poliform. Kenty, 4-3, jackpot! Tie ball game at 55 as that Kenty three-pointer is brought to us by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. Brent Yu is subbed out of this ball game, possibly a case of cramps. 4 minutes and 55 here in the fourth frame. Hans Yu Chua with the pickup. We are deadlocked at 55. Marky Mercado finds Jake Chia. Hans Yu Chua defended by Neil D. Hans with a crossover to Jake Chia. Couldn't fire, draws closer. Mercado, corner three, no good. Rebound by Tim Chu. Outlet pass, too high, too far away for Ken Chong. Ball possession going back to Antonio's Poliform. 4 and 25 left here in the fourth. Jack Chia, down the post we go. Rico Villanueva against Tim Koo. 2 pump fakes, he gets fouled. Foul called against number 0, that is Phil Munyao. Heading to the free throw line is Enrico Villanueva. First free throw is a miss for Enrico. Reloading for the second. Go Eagles, Black Eagles, miss, but Marky Mercado is there for the steal. Corner three, too strong. Rebound by Neil D. And handing it over to Chong. Kenty, corner three, jackpot! Another three-pointer brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 58 to 55 advantage this time for Pet 1 Seva. Ball stays with Antonio's Poliform. Mercado to Hans Yu Chua with a crossover. Screen by Kue. Hans, jumper, falls in. Lead down to 1 for Pet 1 Seva. Here is Neil D. 10T. Another day, why not? How? Back-to-back hits by Kenty. It is now a 51 to 67. Pet 1 Seva lead. Marky Mercado to Jack Chia. Hans Yu Chua with the ball. Screen by RC Kue. Hands, spins, slips. And a foul will be called against Ken Cheong. Foul number 3 against Ken. 3:08 mark of the fourth. And a technical foul will be called. I think the technical foul will be called. Heading to the free throw line to take the technical free throw is Hans Yu Chua. The free throw for Hans, that one falls in. 61 to 58 count in favor of Pet 1 Seva. Sideline inbound for the black shirts. Hans Yu Chua with the ball. At the top of the key, finds Marky Mercado slicing. The floater doesn't work. Rebound by Tim Koo. Less than 3 minutes left here in the fourth, and a holding foul will be called. That is against Marky Mercado. That will be his third. Sideline inbound for Pet 1 Seva. Sideline inbound for the white shirts. T finding Neil D to Chong. Floater offline. Ball stays with Pet1 Seva. Cons Ong re-enters the ball game. He replaces Ken Cheong. Meanwhile, Brent Q sent back into this ball game. He replaces RC Kue. Ken T inbound from the baseline. Finds Cons Ong. Looks at the clock. 2:37 remaining here in the fourth. Screen by Neil D. Cons dump pass. Tim Koo. His pass hitting the rim. Ball stolen away by Brent Q. Steps on the gas. Brent off balance shot is good. Lead down to 1 for Pet1 Seva. 2:19 left here in the payoff period. Neil D. to Cons Ong. 61-60 is our count. Tim Koo provides a screen. Cons to cutting. Tim Koo. Power move to the rim. No good. And a foul downstairs will be called against Jack Chia. And that will be the fourth personal foul against Jack Chia. Ong. Kenti for 3. He will miss. Rebound by Tim Koo. The last 2-minute call by Kuya Anja Pere, brought to us by Nike Park Access. Cons Ong with a bounce pass to Phil Munyao. Holding foul called against Hans Yu Chua of that seal with Antonio's Poliform in the penalty. At the line to shoot a pair, it's Phil Munyao. 21 points in this ball game, leading all scorers. Make that 22. 62-60 advantage for Pet1 Seva. Second free throw on its way. That one is also a make for Philmon Yao. 63-60 lead for the white shirts. A minute and 47 left here in the fourth. Brent Q driving middle of the sidestep, dumps a pass. Rico Villanueva forcing his way to the rim. Oh, he got fouled. Or he will be caught for the foul, rather. Rico Villanueva called for foul number 1. That will send Tim Koo to the stripe to shoot a pair. 63-60 advantage for Pet1 Seva. Tim Koo at the line. The first one for Tim. Oh, that one's no good. Still a 3-point advantage for Pet1 Seva. Second foul shot on its way for Tim. Missing again. Rebound by RC Kue. Here comes Hans Yu Chua with the ball. Defended by Cons Ong. To Jack Chia. Back to Yu Chua. Brent Yu steps back. The jumper. That is short. Rebound by Phil Munyao. Ken T. To Cons Ong. The white shirts can race away the clock and display. Ong. To T. To Tim Koo. 8 seconds on that Pet1 Seva shot clock. Ong finds Phil Munyao. Jacks up a 3. Jackpot! Wow! Big 3 by Phil Munyao. Brought to you by Ultra Electrolytes, a new state of hydration. 66-60 lead for Pet1 Seva. Jack Chia for 3 offline. Rebound by Enrico Villanueva. Putback try is good. 11 points now in the contest for Rico Villanueva. 34 seconds left in the ball game. Meanwhile, Neil D escapes. Neil D lays it in. 5-point advantage for Pet1 Seva. Meanwhile, Ansu Chua with a quick 2. Lead down to 3 for Pet1 Seva. They call a timeout. This timeout is brought to us by Nike Park Access. The final 23.6 when we come back.
Shot made by Ruben on the 56. Is who has a 2-point basket. The official score is 6.67. In favor of Penn.
Oh, errant pass. That needs ball possession. Going back to Antonio's Poliform. Marco back on the floor. He replaces Ken Chiong. Door still open here for Antonio's Poliform. Brent Chu, sideline inbound. To Marky Mercado. Antonio's Poliform down 67 to 64. Jack Chia down the post. Enrico Villanueva clear space. Easy two for Rico. Lead down to 1 for Petwan Seva, and a quick foul given up there against Marky Mercado. That will be his fourth.
His fourth personal.
2 foul shots will be awarded to Philmon Yao. 25 points so far in this ball game with 5 boards and an assist. First free throw. Oh, for Philmon, it's no good. First free throw miss of the ball game for Philmon Yao. Door still wide open for Antonio's Poliform. If Philmon makes this free throw, expect Antonio's Poliform to call their final timeout. The second one for Yao. That one is good. 68 to 66 lead for Petwan Seva. Timeout requested by Antonio's Poliform. This timeout is brought to us by Nike Park Access. The final 6.6 of this ball game when we come back. .6 seconds remaining in this ball game. Petwan Seva with a foul to give. They are ahead by 2. Sideline inbound by Brent Tew. His team is down 68 to 66. Here we go. Entry pass. Villanueva and a preemptive foul given up by Tim Koo. Last foul to give against Petwan Seva. Next foul from Petwan Seva will lead to free throws for Antonio's Poliform. Inbound from the sideline. Brent Tew, hands you Chua, spins, jumper, no good. Mercado with a putback. And a foul has been made. And that is waved off. Our final score, it's a 68 to 66 win for Petwan Seva over Antonio's Poliform. This has been Jonas Reyes, your live play-by-play anchor only for the Stallion Cup. Our post-game interviews when we come back.
We have here our best player of the ball game brought to us by Ultra Electrolytes. Phil Maniao leading Petwan Seva to this opening day win over Antonio's Poliform to a score of 68-66. Philman finished with 26 points, 5 boards on 5 of 10 shooting from 3-point land. Una muna sir, you took charge in the fourth period. Is that something that we'd expect from Phil Maniao with your role now in the season for Petwan Seva?
No. Sobrang hindi. We're gonna play as a team. Chamba lang yung kanina. And nakakapa pa kami, so we have to figure some things out.
Is there a pressure facing itong Antonio's Poliform squad with 2 UAAP players, with former UAAP players in Jack Chia and Enrico Villanueva? Were they part of your strategy, looking to neutralize the two guys?
Yeah, kasi siyempre they're ex-pros, diba? So you have to bring your A game. Buti na lang, malaki rin kami and we played well sa dulo. We played well sa dulo.
This is quite a long season, no? 14 teams, 1 game down, 1 win down, but 12 more games to go for Petwan Seva. What can we expect from Phil Maniao and the rest of his squad for the remainder of the tournament?
We're gonna have to build chemistry and enjoy lang. Yun naman yung point nito.
Finally, sir, game was streamed live over at the official YouTube page of the Stallion Cup. Anyone you want to thank, to greet or give a shout out to?
Shout out sa family ko and sa my number 1 fan, Jude Fernandez.
Sir Jude.
Yun lang, okay na, yeah.
Again, best player of the ball game brought to us by Ultra Electrolytes. Phil Maniao leading Petwan Seva to this opening night victory. And in behalf of everyone working the sidelines here inside the AYSN Sports Center, this is Jonas Reyes, your live play-by-play anchor only for the Stallion Cup. This is the 8th season of the Stallion Cup presented by Gold Cross Security and Investigation Agency. Have a great night, everyone.